Lousy Gaming presents. Lousy at podcasting. Now, your horrendous, dreadful, frighteningly horrible gamers and us from Lousy at Gaming.
Hello, Lousy Gamers, and welcome to the Lousy at Gaming podcast, episode number 5. I am Gary, the real Defo Gar. With me, my co-host, the star of the show, Geargarius. What is
the
up?
Old man. Not much, man. How are you doing?
Doing good.
Good.
Yeah.
Have a good weekend?
Yeah, it was a good weekend. No complaints. We had, I guess like the rest of the America world, we were in quite the stick of heat and humidity last week.
God, that was a son of a bitch, wasn't it?
It was. It finally broke for us Saturday night. So Sunday was just perfect. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. I think for us it was Friday, and I mean, it was so freaking... It was the humidity that was the killer.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't... Yeah, of course it was the 90-some degrees, but the 80-some% humidity was just... I'd open the truck door and just felt like I was melting down to the ground.
Yep. Yeah, it was rough, but it's summer.
Yep.
Dog days of summer, I expected.
Summer.
And like you said, for us temperature-wise, it was only, we had maybe a couple days over 90 or right around it.
Yep.
Not bad, but it was sticky as shit. So
It was sticky, and things were sticking.
they were just like my boy Lewis. They were sticking. We'll get to that shortly. So yeah, it was a good weekend. Nice to get that done. My wife is gone. She went out to Montauk with the girls for their Sweet 16. Quite funny. She packed. I would have thought she was going away for a month. She brought so much stuff, and
That's typical women thing, though.
our friend Christine pulls up. She has this gigantic car. I don't remember what it is. It's just like one of those gigantic GMCs that are just massive
Oh,
SUVs,
okay.
right?
Yeah, like the Yukon.
Yeah, they're
Denali.
massive. She comes in, opens up her trunk, and it's packed. And I'm like, what are we doing? My wife's like, don't worry, Gary is good at packing. I took everything out, I put everything back in, and we got them in and sent them on their way. So
The things you do to get them the hell out of there.
oh yes. My daughter was very excited though. So it was good. It was a
I
nice
bet she
Sweet
was.
16 for her, right?
I
Her
bet
and her
so.
girls.
Yeah.
Her birthday's
Hell yeah.
actually August 1st. So the day after this comes out will be her birthday. So happy Sweet
Nice.
16 to my little girl.
Woo-hoo. Happy birthday, youngin'.
Yeah. How was your weekend? Good?
Good. Yeah, we just chilled. Wife and I watched a movie called Renfield, which is Nicolas Cage is Dracula,
Right.
and Renfield is his caregiver. And it was pretty good. I mean, I kind of think Nicolas Cage has kind of died off as far as acting, but this one was pretty good. It was funny, it was graphic, and a good story. So yeah, I thought it was a pretty good movie. I'd say I would give it probably 7 bullet holes out of 10. We'll use that as the Lousy at Gaming rating
bullet
system.
holes? That's good.
Seven bullet holes out of 10.
I like it. Yeah, that's on my list of movies to watch, as you could imagine. I have not seen it. It's been I've had it for a little while, rented out, but I have not gotten around to it yet. Really didn't watch.
It's worth a watch. It has some good funny spots in it, and like I said, a lot of good gore, good story. Good movie.
We'll get there. The big thing I watched this weekend was UFC 291, my friend.
Yeah, buddy. That was fights right there.
It was a great card. If you have not seen the fights and plan on seeing them, you might want to skip ahead about 5 minutes because I think we're going to get into it here and talk about the fights.
We are going to talk about the fights.
So there were 5 fights on the main card, and you know what's funny? Really,
there were supposed to be 6.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who was pulled out?
Wonder Boy.
That's right.
The disputed weight issue. He decided that he was not going to do it because he wanted to make sure that everything was even and on the up and up, and he decided to not take the fight.
So I didn't know exactly what happened. Was he overweight or his opponent?
He was not overweight. It was his competitor was overweight.
And was that the one that Woody was talking about, 3 pounds, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Because they can still fight, but it doesn't count for anything, right?
Right.
Except for
and Wonder Boy's thought was, why risk something happening for no gain?
Right.
You know, sure, the money was there, but he's not thinking about money. He's thinking about a title. And it didn't give him anything. If he won the fight, it wouldn't have gave him anything more.
Right.
He wouldn't have moved up in the rankings, so why do it?
All right. Well, I mean, they still had 5 cards, so that 5 fights, so that's pretty cool. Good for Wonder Boy. You know, he's not my favorite in the world, but I think that was a good move.
I think it was a smart choice, career-wise, definitely.
Absolutely. Why take that pounding and get nothing out of it, you know? I mean,
yeah, exactly.
I guess if you win, you kind of win respect, which maybe helps a little bit, but in the long run, I don't even know. Do they pay? I guess they still pay.
He may have gotten a purse for it, but again, one bad kick and a busted shin, career over for what?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Nothing. It was meaningless.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like preseason and football and all these other things. It's like, why bother? Yeah, good for him.
Exactly.
Well, we'll see him soon. I'm sure they'll probably get him on a card pretty quick, right?
Yep.
Now, did the guy say why he was overweight? 3 pounds isn't too bad. Did he miscalculate?
I don't know. I really didn't read too much into that. I kind of find out about it last minute when I was kind of going through YouTube pages or scrolling through Twitter, and it popped up on his Twitter. What he had stated, why he didn't do it and stuff like that. So
okay.
I'm not sure why the other guy was so much over. I mean, 3 pounds may not seem like a lot, but when I used to wrestle, I used to spend hours losing a 1/16 of a pound.
Yeah.
So that I could wrestle. So 3 pounds is pretty substantial.
There's been some guys that have gone in like way over, and you're like, what was he doing? Like I remember recently there was somebody who was like 8 or 9 pounds over.
Did you forget you had a fight this weekend?
Yeah, for that they get beat on pretty bad, and they should.
Yeah.
You know, it's a big. It's tough. It's tough for the other fighter. It's not a good situation for anybody.
Yeah.
And when you go in that bad, it's a problem. You know, Rogan's talked a lot about the weight, and I don't realize, and as a casual viewer, most of us don't. These guys basically like kill themselves for 2 days. They're basically like on the verge of death to lose and make weight, and then they can put it back on after they weigh in. But they're decimated, which is just they're not fighting in their natural state. And it's amazing because you know these guys were like near death 2 days ago, and they come out and they play like animals.
Right. So you should maybe go back. I don't know if you've ever watched them, but YouTube has a UFC embedded series where they basically videotape the entire week leading up to it and everything that they go through leading up to it. And that last day of cutting weight where they're literally just sitting in saunas the entire day, just sweating, running, sparring just to get that weight off. And I remember because I used to do it when I wrestled, you know, so it was like I understand what they went through and how completely drained you are.
Yeah.
And that embedded series is a good series for you to see exactly what that week is like leading up to the fight.
I'll have to look for that because I would like to see that and just to get a better appreciation for what these poor guys put themselves through.
Yeah, it's incredibly good stuff to watch.
Rogan, you know, he knows a lot more about UFC than I do, but he's like, he has a plan in his head that he's talked about on the show on how they could fight at weights that are their optimal weights and put them in classes based on that. But I don't know anything about how he's got that figured out, but it sounds interesting because I do feel bad. I don't want these, I want these guys at the top of their form. I don't want them killing themselves.
Right. But this is something they've been doing for 20 plus years.
I know. Yeah.
So,
but maybe there is a better way, right? 20. Yeah.
There's always a better way.
We just got to find it.
You just got to find it.
So let's see. What do we got? We had a welterweight fight to start off. Holland won, right?
Yep.
A submission.
Yep.
I
thought, what is his name? Chiesa.
Chiesa, I think.
He had been gone for a while and decided to make a comeback, and I think the gray hair in his beard kind of told the story. He was not ready.
They don't. It's funny. A lot of these guys that make the comebacks, it's so hard. They very rarely. If I feel like, as a very casual fan, I feel like they come out and perform well again.
Yeah,
it's
difficult to do when you're up against somebody who's just full of it.
Yep.
The muscles are younger. They have more stamina, and they recover quicker.
Yep.
So yeah, that was that wasn't even close, to be honest.
No. And then the next fight was Green and Ferguson, which Ferguson I love. I absolutely love that guy.
Yep, me too.
But Green fought such, it's funny, you've watched the fights. I knew Green a little bit, and he's been around for a while too, but he was so good. You could see he was just so much faster than Ferguson.
He was just playing with Ferguson.
But he fought such a good fight. And then Ferguson went out just like you would want an animal like that to go out. He got choked out. He got passed out. He passed out.
Yep. He fought for everything he had.
He did not.
He did not give up. There's no doubt about it.
Nope. He was, I'm going to sleep or not.
I am not tapping.
It was only, I think there was less than 20 seconds left in the fight at that point too, right? When he got
5 seconds left.
Yeah.
There were 5 seconds left. They had actually hit the 10-second slap. And I was like, is this dude going to make it? 5 second slap. Green
looked very good.
He did.
And I think I was talking to Sumo. Sumo was a big fight fan for UFC as well, and we'll get to Sumo soon. He sent us an email. I think he said Ferguson's lost like 5 or 6 in a row now, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
I like the guy, but I think it's time to retire.
Yeah, it really is. It is. Start your gym up or do whatever it is you do, and then
yeah.
So then we had the heavyweights come in.
Oh my gosh!
What I got up and went to the kitchen to get something out of the fridge, and I come back.
That was a mistake.
And it was over. I couldn't believe. I'm like, whoa! I had to rewind the DVR. I was like, what the hell just happened? That was crazy,
wasn't it? And that was probably my favorite thing of the entire fight was his post-win interview.
So he went. He did a flying kick, which you
flying
don't expect
knee right to the chin
from these heavyweight. They're big boys. You don't expect that.
Yeah.
Popped him right on the chin, and that was over. He jumped on the guy, and it was done. And as soon as the fight finished, you haven't seen it. He pulls his shorts down. He's standing there in his underwear, and he starts dry humping in the air.
He's doing the.
Oh my God! I was dying. I'm like, what's he doing? And Rogan, first thing he said, he's like, "Was that planned?" Or he's like, "No." But what do you say?
He's like, fuck no! I just went with it.
What do you say? The balls. No, it is. The balls get sweaty, and I had to give him some air or something like that.
Right at the end, he yells out to his wife, "Get ready, I'm coming home. I'm going to bust them guts up."
Oh my God.
He off out of there. I'm like, oh my God, this dude.
He's awesome.
Hilarious.
He is awesome. Funny. What a great performance after the fight. That was really entertaining.
That was the best part of the fight, his performance after the fight. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
Yeah.
Then we had one of the co-mains was Pereira and Jan, and that went to a decision.
Yep.
And I saw the fights. I didn't have commentary, so it's interesting to watch it that way.
Right.
Because they actually amplify the sounds of the audience and the corners you can hear a little bit. Pereira looked really good, didn't he?
He looked good, and it was kind of frustrating for me because Jan took him down twice and did nothing with him.
Now, Jan looked like he was getting gassed.
That dude was winded halfway through the second round. Yes. He was done already.
After the fight, he was just standing there with his hands up on his head. Like he was done. Like I thought that was going to be a 5-round fight.
Yeah.
Thank God it wasn't.
Pereira wasn't even breathing out of his mouth.
No.
He had another easy 2 rounds in him.
I mean, Jan's a good fighter. Like it was a very entertaining fight, but it's not one of those fights where you came away and said anybody could win that. You kind of knew.
Right.
Pereira had that
Yeah,
fight.
and it was a split decision, but
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, Jan had complete dominant control
Yes.
over him 2 times and wasn't able to do anything with it.
Yep. And he
So
when he hit
to
you,
me,
man,
that's where you lost it right there.
Yeah. Yep. We'll have a drink here
And
and we'll get to
then-
the big fight.
And then the one we all were waiting for,
What a fight.
Poirier and Gaethje.
What a fight.
Wow. And I even was like, man, Poirier's going to do it again because he already had Gaethje busted up,
He
cut
did.
over his eye. He hit him with a couple shots, and Gaethje had tried 2 times before that same move, and Poirier had his hand up every time for it, but he slipped.
It was eerily similar to Usman and Edwards at the same arena. And
Yep.
he kind of had the same, came in with the right and then snuck back in with the kick right behind that.
Yep, and it was done.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I was pretty happy because I think Gaethje was kind of an underdog, and I'll willingly admit I think Poirier's better.
He's a better fighter, probably, right?
I think he's a better fighter.
Yeah.
I think he's a better fighter,
Or a
and I
little
think
more
if
all
that
around,
would have
right?
if that would have went longer, I think he'd have had that title again. But I think it's just proof, like Gaethje said, this is a lot of this can be won by luck.
Yeah.
You can have all the skill in the world, but you move your hand one way and I move my foot one way, and it's a completely different outcome.
Gaethje, he's a lot of these guys on that card were really likable. Gaethje's another one that's just really, really likable.
Yeah, I love that dude.
Yeah, he's great. So, yeah, it was really nice.
Good fights.
Good fights. 291s in the books. I guess next week they probably do a Vegas event or something like that, and we'll carry on. So I think covering the UFC is gonna be a big part of the show because we both like it a lot. And
it's a fight game.
It is a game. It's a very great game.
It is.
We enjoy it a lot. So
yeah, we do.
Yeah, and maybe we'll start to get into some predictions and stuff too as we start to get into this more.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
I love it. Excellent.
Yeah.
All right.
So we got some listener feedback.
We have an email. Do you want me to pull that up? You want to pull it?
You can pull it. I don't have it in front of me right now.
That's being Gmail. So Christian Barkley, our friend Sumo, who is a big fan of the Garcast as well. I've been gaming with Christian for a while. We met through the SEAL team, SEAL podcast, which is Fraser and all those guys. And I think we were playing Valheim a lot together, which is a great game. I really enjoy that game. So,
yep.
And we just became good friends through there. And he's been to New York. We went to an Islander game last winter. He became an Islander fan through me, and I've become a Nottingham Forest fan through him. So how about that?
Stinky hates you both.
F Stinky. All right, here we go. Hope you are both well. Loving the pod, so thought I'd give you a shout from across the pond. I played Valheim with Gar, as I just said, right, for several months and had a blast. So there is any interest in a lag community to start up a game, give me a shout. That might be fun. Maybe we'll set up a little Valheim server. Duke of Dork, we used to play that with as well.
Yep.
The three of us are playing a lot of Valheim. Maybe we'll get a server set up soon.
That'd be cool.
So anyway, as you said, you liked City Builders. I thought I'd recommend a game I've been playing. It's called Stranded Alien Dawn. You crash land on a planet after escaping in a cargo pod from a space station blowing up. Interesting. You start in the Stone Age, making wooden shacks and battling the elements until you research the technology to help you live more comfortably.
Oh, that's right up my alley right there.
You might like that. I might check that out too. I've seen him playing it.
Yep.
Have a great weekend, boys. Just a tip. You might get more emails if you put it in your show notes. So I have a note actually already on the show notes saying, put the email in the show notes. So,
and I appreciate that he's only put in just the tip.
Yeah. So our favorite postie over there in the UK, Sumu, thank you for writing in. Christian, that's
Thank
great.
you, brother.
Keep listening.
Appreciate it.
Tell the world if they want more Gar, I'm here.
More Gar.
More Gar. Who doesn't want more Gar?
Everybody wants more Gar.
Yeah, no doubt. So you have some tidbits?
Yeah,
Bid
let's
tits?
get into
Excuse
this
me.
week's bid tits. I this is an odd one. So Xbox has come out with a new controller that smells like pizza.
Is that from Microsoft? Or is it,
It is from
somebody
Mike.
make?
No, it is
Get the
actually
hell
a
out of
Mike.
here.
Yeah, it's for the teenage. It's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Xbox controller that has a pizza attachment that goes onto it. The attachment has a little well that you drop this pizza smelling oil in, and then there's a button on the top of it that while you're playing, if you hit the button, it will heat the oil up and give you the scent of pizza.
Why would you want that?
What exactly?
All it's going to do is make you hungry for pizza, which you don't have.
Yeah. Or if you do have pizza, you already have the pizza smell. So what good does it do?
Damn.
I mean, I guess it's a kind of a collector's
It's a nice
gimmick thing if
gimmick.
you're a huge Ninja Turtle fan, but
It's a good gimmick. That's
gimmick.
where I end it. Gimmick.
that's pretty much
You're
where
right.
that's pretty much where it is. It's a good gimmick, but I thought it was pretty odd and kind of
really odd. I
and
can't
worth a
believe
bid tit.
Microsoft is in that.
Yep.
That's a bid tit.
It's a bid tit.
Oh my God.
So next thing I have is Xbox is restructuring the Game Pass.
Yes.
So I guess they're getting rid of gold, and now it's just going to be like Game Pass that I use on PC. It's a $10 a month. Play every single game that's on there.
But you won't have you won't be able to play multiplayer if you do that. On the console. And so they broke it out. The console is going to get, I think, what they call Game Pass Core, which
Right. Yep.
gives you everything but live. Gives you some games and stuff like that to play.
Yep.
Then there's Game
Does
Pass.
not include gold, and then there's the Ultimate, which is $17 a month,
Right.
which that gives you Xbox,
EA.
PC, EA Play,
Yeah.
and Steam.
Right.
So just changing up how they do it. So I guess you won't need to go run to Best Buy and buy a card every year for $60. And
Actually,
now,
the one thing I liked is they did a PC only pass for $10,
yep.
which
And that's what I have.
I dropped my Microsoft plan a while because I just never played their games. I played the games I wanted. I was playing Hunt Showdown or
Yep.
Diablo and games, and I had the pass, and I'm like, that's a great value, but I never played any of the games that they had on there.
Right.
But with this new game, Starfield, coming this September, I
Yes.
probably will pick this back up in August and get the Game Pass and then get that game because I think
Yeah.
that will pay for itself, basically.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty
And then-
cool.
The last bid tit I have is, of course, it's another year, so there's another Call of Duty coming out. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, and it looks like it's going to release sometime in November.
Like it usually does. What's the one that was out this year? Was that Black Ops? I mean, Black Ops 2 or I don't even know.
I don't even know. I got Modern Warfare 2 was the last one I got, so
Okay.
I don't even know if there was one out after that. So,
The one that came out this year, I don't even remember the name of it anymore.
oh, that's how popular it is.
Well, no, I mean,
I think
doesn't
it
mean
was
it's
just
not popular.
Warzone, wasn't
It's
it?
just me. I don't know. They had that actual game. It's probably in my Steam library, I bet. Because wasn't it free?
Oh, that tells you how good it was.
Modern Warfare 2.
Modern Warfare 2, oh, the original?
No, the new one. They did a
Oh, yeah.
re-release this year, right?
Well, I think they did it. They added Warzone to it.
Okay.
I think was what changed. It was just Modern Warfare 2, and then I think they added Warzone to it. And I think that was the one thing that changed.
Two old men talking about a game they used to play a lot and don't play anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I might play it again this weekend. I need to make some lag footage for the video. So
Yes.
you'll get some if I'm on there.
By the way, speaking of which, Marcanic sent us, I just opened them up today. I'm putting them in a folder, starting to put the stuff together. He sent us like 8 really good videos
Nice.
of some fails. Gigi sent us something. Please, if you have videos of your failing, send them in. I was starting to go through my library a little bit today. And
that one Gigi set was
just typical
epic.
lag.
this typical lag.
Blow yourself up with a grenade.
Your own grenade that you threw and
Yes.
bounced off somebody's back and rolled back and blew you up.
Always. It's the lag way.
Excellent. It is the lag way. So that's all I got for Bid Tits.
All right,
What you
good
got?
tits. For this week's topic, I figured we could talk about maybe our most influential games. So not games that are your favorite of all time, and maybe we'll go back and forth a little bit.
Yep.
But most influential, maybe that drove you to whatever. As we'll talk about it, let's see what you picked, and I'll tell you what I picked, and we'll go from there.
Okay. I would have to say my number one most influential game for me was Tomb Raider. I knew Doom was out at the time and that it was kind of a 3D, but it was really just running through tunnels and come out in an open world. Tomb Raider to me was like the first one that took an action adventure, stories and puzzles and put it to life. And it was an instant classic for me. I played that entire game start to finish without ever having to look online for a cheat code. I've just figured everything out, and
It made
I kept
you feel
pushing,
smart, right?
kept pushing. It made me feel like I was a gamer.
That's awesome. I remember telling my dad about that game, and like, Dad, you're gonna love this game. Check it out. And he went and he grabbed it, and he absolutely loved it. So
Yep. So that was one for me. My second one was, I would have to say, probably Gears of War. That game was the reason I got my first Xbox. I just
Same.
absolutely loved the graphics of it, how it looked, the running, the tucking, the rolling, and I mean, come on, chainsawing somebody in half.
How amazing, right?
That's a winner chicken dinner, no matter how you look at it. And then for me, the last one I would have to say would probably be the Call of Duty series. I think just because, I know Halo was out there, but I guess I liked the Call of Duty series because it was more realistic to real life.
Right.
Battles and wars and the history behind them and stuff like that, and being able to be a part of that history. And it just was really, really good multiplayer. So that would be mine.
Cool. Excellent. Well, let me hit mine here. So I started way back. Probably the first one I put would be Pac-Man. And not that I didn't play it a lot, but it was kind of like that game that was in the arcade. It was always in every arcade you went to. It was at 7-Eleven. And it started my interest in video games. I'm like, this is really cool. And, then you had Asteroids and all the other stuff.
But even today, that's such an iconic character.
It really is. There was music. Yep. I had a T-shirt for Pac-Man. And it was just, it kind of started my little kid love for video games, Yep. We did an Intellivision, and maybe one day we'll do consoles we've had and stuff like that.
I had an Intellivision gaming
That was the one we did.
Well.
We didn't do the Atari. We did the Intellivision. We were always a little different. But anyway, so I'd say Pac-Man first. And then, I kind of grew up a little bit, went to high school, college, and video games were not really a part of my life. And in the late 90s, Unreal Tournament came out, Epic game, which was a multiplayer online shooter. And it reignited my love for games. Now I was starting to get a little bit older and got back into building PCs from this. I got DSL internet and then Cablevision, like cable line internet, high-speed internet, so that I could play online. And it actually brought my family together. So it used to be me, my brother, my stepbrother, and my dad. And the four of us used to play multiplayer, Unreal Tournament. It was so much fun. It was a great time. And it just really re-triggered me right back into the whole world of gaming.
Thanksgiving wasn't about football anymore.
We started talking about games. It was so funny. We'd go over. I remember, I think it was like Thanksgiving or Christmas. And my dad was playing and we were all there talking, and then I ran home. My brother went home, and that Christmas Eve night, I think maybe it was, we all got back and met online and we played for hours and long
very,
nights.
very cool.
So Unreal Tournament really was kind of like that hook that pulled me back in again.
Gotcha.
Then I'd say Madden because I was looking for a Madden football league, and I found this guy named Stinky who was telling me, come join this group called Lag. I was like, all right, I'll come to Lag. I just signed up, and just being part of this community just blossomed. So the second part of that was Gears of War, which was really the first time I decided to play any type of shooter with a console.
Mm-hmm.
And the community with Lag at that time for Gears just was incredible. So I had the co-op and the multiplayer, and it just, that just killed it. Like, it made this community so phenomenal.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Remember Horde mode?
Yes. And it made me say, you know what? I don't mind playing on a console. So it was a big deal for me to get to play console after being a mouse and keyboard guy for all those years.
Yep.
And it was fun. I mean, it was actually funny enough. Epic created Unreal Tournament, and they did Gears of War.
Yep.
What was it? Cliffy B and the guy that's over with Diablo now is
yep.
What the hell's his name? You know what I'm talking about. So Gears of War really, Madden small piece because I didn't really play a lot of it, and it just got me into the group. But then Gears of War really just killed our community, like just blew it up. So
next leveled it.
I mean, good kill.
Yeah. There were like 3 games that really grew the community. Gears of War was one. Halo was one, and Call of Duty was one.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, those were
we
the
had
cornerstones.
So much fun doing those.
I mean, Womble would make maps for Halo, if you remember right. Yep. Oh my God!
I would rage quit within 5 minutes every single time.
Really good stuff, but it all started for me with Gears. It was that.
Yep.
A lot of people probably would say Halo because they were doing the Xbox before that, but I didn't do an Xbox till the 360 came out.
Yep, same
Gears,
here.
So
yep, same here.
And it's funny. I used to rent my games back then from.
I used to get them from Blockbuster.
I think it was Netflix or maybe it wasn't Netflix. GameFly, maybe.
GameFly.
I think maybe it was GameFly. You would rent the game, and I think I rented the game, Gears of War, and then I liked it, and you could pay them to buy the game outright, and then you'd get a new game in the mail.
Yep.
Or you could send it back, whatever you want to do. So that was,
I think how it was you got the disc.
Yep.
And then if you bought the game, then you'd get the case and everything that came with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I did that a lot. That was a pretty cool system because you really got to test the game out, and if you liked it, you bought it.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't remember how much it was. I think it was like $15 a month or something like that for one game out at a time.
I think I did 2 or 3 because I had the kids then.
Yeah, and I think that was like 25 or something like that. But still, when you think about it, it's still way cheaper than a $60 drop in a game that after 5 minutes you hated it.
It was so good too with the kids then, right? So you'd pick up a game and their attention span at what was this 99 early 2000s when did the Xbox come out? That was more mid 2000s, I guess.
Yep.
Close to 2000, like 7, 8, 9.
Yep.
So they were 8, 9, 10 years old. Their attention span wasn't that large. So
no.
They would move on to the next game pretty quick. So it was nice to have it and then just ship it back,
Yep. Send it out in like 3 days. I think you had another game, 3 or 5 days or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So
yeah, that was pretty cool.
Good stuff. So yeah, those are some of our most influential games. And I think we'll stroll down
definitely
one day with favorite games of the maybe decades. We'll do all sorts of little things like this as we go along.
Hell yeah.
All right. So then we need to break into what we are playing.
So I decided, okay, I've got Game Pass. I'm going to at least come here every week with a new game that I tried.
Good move.
And this week I tried a game called Quantum Break. It looked kind of interesting to me. It's got a lot of big players in it, actors that are in it. And the interesting thing about it is like there are 4 acts to the game, and at the end of each act, there's an actual like series of live acting of them continuing the story through like a movie scene. So you get the gaming portion of it, then you get this movie scene cut before the next chapter starts. Now, unfortunately, this was done in 2016. I don't know if maybe their servers aren't on anymore, but when I got to that cut scene, it would not stream it. So I was not able to see what it was or what difference it made in the game. But at the end of the act, it gives you options to make choices that will completely change the direction that the game goes.
I feel like I remember this game with the OC folks, but I could be wrong.
I really enjoyed it. So it's a third-person shooter action adventure style game, but you have the power to control time.
Okay, yes, I do remember this, yes.
Yeah, so, and you can use it to freeze enemies, you can use it to put a bullet shield up, you can use it to fast sprint, you can use it to rewind and put things back together so you can use them. I blew through Act 1 pretty quickly, and I'm into Act 2, and I really enjoyed it so far.
That's great. No, look at that, using that Game Pass.
Yeah, buddy.
And now it's going down to $10 a month if you just do the PC version.
I'll just do the PC version
because you don't have an Xbox.
Yep.
Cool,
well,
man.
Yeah, you'll do the Ultimate then, probably, right?
No, I don't have an Xbox. The boys have it, but so the way that the boys are set up, one has Ultimate and the other one has nothing.
Gotcha.
Because he can game share, so they can both play.
Yeah.
So yeah, it works out good. Anyway.
So yeah, some of the actors that were in this is Sean Ashmore, who I don't know if you've ever watched The Following. He was like one of the cops that was in The Following.
Okay.
And then Aidan Gillen, which if you're a Game of Thrones fan, you know the owner of the the brothels, Littlefinger. And then the recently deceased Lance Riddick. He's got a little cameo in that.
He from The Wire, and he's also voice actor on Destiny 2.
Yeah. And of course gamer. he was huge in John Wick. The hotel.
It's funny when you still play Destiny 2, he's still there. His voice is still in the game. That character didn't kill it off yet. I don't know what they're gonna do.
Yep. And then it had Dominic Mohagan, which he was in the series Lost.
Oh, was he?
That was a pretty good series back in the day. So yeah, there were some big names in it, and really interesting storyline to it. I mean, they have this giant corporation that's trying to harness time travel, and of course everything goes awry and all hell breaks loose from there. And it's up to Sean Ashmore to kind of save everything before time no longer exists.
Excellent. Love it. Good stuff. That it for you? That's all you did?
That's all I did. Besides the other usual stuff, I added something new.
I did add something new, but I'll cover my existers first. So Diablo 4 continues. Again, it is a little grindy right now, but got a little bit of a groove. Mark and I, we decided we wanted to try to unlock World Tier 3 the other day. I was at 40. He was at 42. It's a 50 level thing you should do that. We got destroyed so bad. Just absolutely wiped. We're like, we need to get back a little higher. He actually went back and soloed it when he was 47.
Uh-huh.
And then a couple days over the weekend, I think on Sunday, or it was yesterday, right? I got to 47. He was a 49. We went in and did it together. So now I have unlocked World Tier 3 as well.
Nice. Congratulations.
So, again, I don't know how much more I'll continue with it, but we'll see.
And we have to congratulate Gamer Girl on Finish the Story.
She did. Congratulations, GG. Well played. Well played. It's it is right now. It's just I think the problem I'm having is I'm trying to push myself to do harder content than I should because I want to quickly rank myself back up. And I'm getting myself in positions where I'm just getting my ass kicked at times. And that's not fun.
Frustrated.
Yeah. So I think I got to kind of reset. Like I have World Tier 3 unlocked, but we did Helltide together. And I last 2 seconds in there right now. the enemies are 55, I think, in Helltide. I'm still 47. God. So it's a pretty substantial difference.
Pretty brutal.
Yeah, not good. So anyway, that is Diablo 4. My racing continues on the ACC. I know Woody had a smart-ass comment in the chat. Said something wanted to hear about the safety rating. Well, I have good news and bad news, I guess, depending on who you are. But I've got my safety rating up to a 73, which means I can go multiplayer now.
Nice. That didn't take very long.
It didn't. It just, you know what? I read a little bit. You run the tracks, quick race, and don't try to win. Don't even try to pass people.
Stay in the pack.
Stay in traffic and keep going. On occasion, I'm starting to get better, so I'd get a little bit brave and try to pass somebody, and then I'd crash or something. But even with that, you still got a little bit of safety rating XP or whatever they want to call it. So I'll be able to jump into the practice servers with Bongo Racing's team, and it'll be fun. I'll start to learn more. I want to learn a new track now. They're all saying Watkins Glen was a good one to
So this whole time has been on just one track? Yeah,
I was doing Barcelona.
Gotcha.
Because it was, it is, I'm familiar with it. That was the one track I knew because that was one I started with. And that just makes it easier to stay in the pack, I think.
Right.
So Watkins Glen is part of a DLC, so I don't think I'll do that one yet. It's on. I'll wait for a sale. It's $17 right now in that pack. Ooh. So I'll wait for a sale. Get it when it's 50 off.
That's a big NASCAR track too.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yep.
So, so that's my racing world. It's going well. Yesterday I did break down though, and I bought Remnant 2.
You're such a gaming whore.
Well, I got paid, which is good. Get paid again. And like you said, now I'm on a show. I need to bring in some fresh material, I guess, right?
Yep.
Which is terrible, but I did it. So I played it quick yesterday just so that I could at least get some conversation in on the show.
Yep.
I will tell you, the opening 30 to 45 minutes of the game, I was not liking it. And I'm like, no, because I paid $50 for it. It was a decent amount of money.
Right.
It was kind of the tutorial, which wasn't bad. You had two fights, and then you get into the main NPC town area. And I hate those types of RPGs where you walk around and talk to people.
Oh,
I hate them.
Yep.
And I feel like I gotta talk to everybody because I'm probably gonna get a mission or something that I need.
Yeah, you don't want to miss out on a side quest.
Right. So I don't know if there's really side quests or not yet, but I went in and I kept talking to everybody, but it's a very easy skip conversation stuff. So I kept hitting space, going through every one of the things about I don't like your hair and how did I get here and where's Billy Bob and all that. And I'm like, God, I hope there's not a lot of this element. Yeah. I want to play. I hate, I don't know why I hate that RPG.
If I wanted to read a story, I'd grab a book.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. People love it, so I'm not trying to knock it. Fallout's like that. It's a lot of talking, conversations, and stuff.
Mass Effect's like that a lot too, and I'm fine with it as long as it's balanced.
Yeah,
as long as it's a couple of minutes asking questions, then I'm back into the fight again.
Yeah.
But if it's a half an hour of go talk to so and so, and you go talk to them, and they say meet so and so over here, and you go talk to them, and it's like, dude, that ain't why I got this. It looks like it's supposed to be a graphically violent, just kick-ass freaking game. Let's get to the game.
Yes. So I was frustrated, and it didn't really tell you what to do. Didn't tell you who to go to talk to. It said, go talk to, I don't remember the guy's name, but Ralph, go talk to Ralph. I have no there's no indicators on there where Ralph is. As you run around and you got closer, it would pop up and say, Ralph's here. Which I'm like, come on, just why do I need to do this? And I got to run around from person to person. I got to run all the way over here to get an upgrade for a piece of equipment. I got to run all the way over here to get this and that. So I was getting annoyed.
Yep.
But
See, and I think that's the thing I liked about the Quantum Break is if you hit the Y button, it pauses everything and highlights the area where you're supposed to go to.
Yeah.
So you always know where your next place is that you have to be.
Yep. And
then the other thing I forgot to say about that game too, and you'll see it in the because I did do a video of it, and I will be uploading it tonight. Is that at like the last shot is almost like Sniper Elite, where it's the slow motion, take them out kind of thing. So they added that to it. So, but yeah, it's always handy when they have that button you can hit that is like, okay, you're supposed to go over here.
Yeah.
Or a map that shows where your location is supposed to be.
And I can see where the NPCs are on the map because they got blue exclamation points, I think, or something blue line or something. Yep. But I didn't know who to go to and what to talk to. And then I wanted to start to fight. I couldn't figure out how to do it. I'm like, there was a door. I went to the door. I couldn't get through the door. It wasn't open. Went back, started talking to people. And then eventually, after I spoke to the right people, I went to the door. And one of the guys that I was looking for was at the door now.
Oh.
Talked to him. We went through. We got a key. And then I got into my first area where I could fight.
I think these gamers don't understand that the community Lousy at Gaming exists and that we need step-by-step tutorials.
Give me a yellow icon over their head. And
we should have like a I'm with stupid shirt on and have like somebody that guides us.
Yes.
Holds our hand.
So
that kind of.
So I did get to play finally. I got into some fighting and I see the Dark Souls kind of feel. So you get in and there's something red. I don't know what it's called. I apologize because I just started playing it. But it's like your checkpoint basically.
Oh, okay.
And then you go off and I walk into our room and I climb up some stairs and there's some guys to shoot. So I start shooting them. And you know what? It's hard. It's not easy. But I'm learning how to move and I'm learning I should be dodging and how to heal. You die and you go back to the checkpoint and you come back out and you go back out. Now I don't think I'm collecting souls like you do in Dark Souls. So when I die, I don't think I was losing anything. I progressed through a lot of this first section that I'm in. Apparently everybody gets a different first section. So there's not even like a guide to say this is how you progress.
So it's completely different based on the character you decide to use?
I'm not sure. Sure. But I did get to a couple of chests and I got some stuff. And when I died, because I did keep dying and went back to the beginning, I think the material I gathered stayed with me.
Oh, okay.
But all the enemies respawn, just like in Dark Souls.
Oh, fucking perfect. You got to fight them all again.
I got to fight them all again. I got to, I think, what could be the end of that first map. And there was a boss in there that I started shooting with a rifle. And it was Harley taking their health down. And then he came and jumped on me and killed me. So I think I might be doing it. And I don't mind. I don't know if I'm doing it right. I don't know if I'm in the right section. I think I took an elevator down. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I really don't know what the hell I'm doing yet. I know how to shoot a gun and I know how to die and I know to rerun it and get better at it.
You have officially earned your lag card back.
So it's you know what? It's good. It's very good. It'll be interesting to see as I start getting better because it's all sorts of loot you can get in the co-op part.
I have to watch a YouTube video or two to figure out what the hell you're supposed to do and then kind of take it from there.
Maybe, or I might do like the Dark Souls a little bit and just kind of let it see where it takes me first.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe through co-op. Like I got a bunch of friends of the Dads of Destiny that are playing it, so we could do some co-op with them, and then maybe a few of our laggers will get this soon. I think Marcanix was thinking about it. Marcanix, come on, buddy.
He's probably gonna say "fuck you" after this review.
It wasn't a bad review. It's an honest, Lousy gamer review.
That's what we're here for.
You know?
Yep.
I don't like those RPGs. So that's me.
Well, that's what makes us different. We all like different shit.
Yep. I'm thinking like GG would love this part of the game.
Yeah.
Not me.
I don't like games that are that difficult. I get frustrated with them too quickly.
I think the fighting is going to be hard. I do think it
Yeah.
is going to be a difficult game, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
They don't have a lag level.
Oh, I did the lowest. There were 4 levels
Yeah.
to play on. I did the lowest possible level.
And it's
Still
still
getting
pretty
my ass kicked.
difficult.
Yeah, I'm probably running the video of me succeeding, but I got some good clips for our fail video for sure.
Nice.
Well, first time they go, it's funny when you play a new game and like you don't know that you're gonna die. Like you just don't know if you're poisoned or not. And like,
Well, yeah, and
all of a
you'd
sudden-
think that at the very beginning of the game, the chances of you dying would be pretty slim, especially through the tutorial portion of it.
yeah. But I don't think I'm in tutorial, but I am not sure. It might make you do
Remnant
your
has
first.
no mercy upon you.
I'm like burning, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, let me get away and heal, and you're dead. I'm like, oh, okay. And I have to
I
start
think I
using that
saw-
dodge.
I think I saw a clip of that on Twitter. Some dude was running down a hallway and all these laser beams were shooting at him. So he jumped out of the way of that because he was on fire. As soon as he jumped out of the way of that, some creature came up and sliced him. He was dead.
Oh, I love it. So it's fun
Good
to play
stuff.
something new. And I'll have probably some reports on my Remnant going forward for y'all.
Nice.
I'm still dying to get back into Hunt Showdown. I just haven't found time to do it. But with the wife away
Yeah.
this week, maybe I'll get in there with Phrase and Matt and
There you go.
do some running around in there. We'll
There
see.
you go.
So that's all I've been playing.
And I think you have got some bourbon to go drink.
It is bourbon whiskey night here in the Defo house. We got the boys are coming over, so all the dads of the mom or the dads of the daughters that are away, and then I invited a few other friends because we still have some other friends in our group that are coming by. So,
Yep.
and I grabbed my kid's soccer trainer who because most of these dads and girls play soccer with him. So I'm like, hey, he's getting married. He's 30 now, I think, 31. So he's been with the girls since he was like 23.
Oh, wow.
He's been with them forever. So I'm like, now you can come see what the old men do when the wives are away. Come by tonight. So he's just going to swing by.
Come see what life is really like.
Yes, this is what you'll be
So
doing.
you should expect to see some Cheers pictures in the
I think you will.
Discord tonight.
I think you will. Yeah, keep your eye. We got a channel for spirits in the Discord now. And we did that on the Garcast one. It's one of the most popular channels. Like when you're outside having a picture of a beer, take a picture of the beer or whatever, you throw it in there.
Yep. It's a good time.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, man. Well, I guess that is going to be it. And until next time, play lousy,
Yeah,
my
this
friends.
was, I wanted to just quick shout out last week. I think I said that was episode 4.
Yeah.
That we had got to 30 views on episode 3. And I said, let's see if we can get to 40 on episode 4. And y'all did it. We have 41 views. So this is episode 5. Let's keep this going.
50 views. Let's go.
Yep.
All right, brother. Peace out.
Peace.